Hey, what's up you guys? How are you all doing? My name is Matthew and let's get right into it. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you before we even start with part 2. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watched part 1 and enjoyed it, and I got a lot of comments saying that people actually enjoyed it and people were looking forward to it. People were looking forward to part 2, so I just want to say thank you. I really hope you guys enjoy this change of video style. I'm looking to do more of this kind of style in the future, so if there's anyone you guys want me to interview, let me know and I'll be more than happy to get in touch with them. But carrying on from last week's video, here is part 2 to me interviewing the TikTok milk bath girl, Eloise Socials. So, should we just get into it? So, without further hesitation, let's get into it. So, I've been meaning to ask you this for a long time, but I've never
that
got the chance.
Fun. That game was
yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But this question, I don't know. But when you first started TikTok, you would post content about how you were always ill and Jimbo would come to the rescue with all these treats. But firstly, I just want to ask, are you okay? Honestly, are you okay? Are you ill? Now? You were always ill.
No, I was on my period!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Okay. But what I want to know is were those videos genuine or were they staged a bit, or what was that?
So, if I'm being honest with you, Jimbo actually, whenever I was on my period, used to actually come with a hot water bottle and snacks for me. He actually does that. So,
ooh. Manager alert.
Yeah, he always used to actually do that for me. So one day I was like, oh, Jimbo, go out the room and do that again, and I filmed him, and then it just went viral.
Okay. That's so cute. So he actually really did that.
He actually used to do that for me.
Because my first impression of Jimbo were he's such a genuine guy. He's lovely.
He is. He's so cute.
Pure. He's the best guy. So in regards to the wave house, what was one thing you were dreading about moving into that house? So
one thing I was dreading was basically we had a trip before before we moved into the wave house. We all went to Croatia as a group, and it was a bit of a disaster. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was just a weird energy. It was just I don't really know. We just were it was fine, but it was the vibe was kind of on edge, and I don't know what it was, but something was on edge. Maybe it was because we had so much to plan. I don't know what it was. And then when
maybe it was overwhelming.
Yeah, and also when you're on holiday with your friends, there's so much pressure, especially if there's a group of you. There's 7 of us. There's so much pressure to do things together, make it the best holiday ever. And when you have that pressure, it just sometimes doesn't turn out like that. You know, we should have just chilled out a bit. And I think we were also all set on bonding because we were already friends, but it's different having individual friendships with people and in a group. For example, I would hang out with Kami loads, and I'd hang out with Kate loads, but it would be a different dynamic if I'm hanging out with Kami, Kate, and Spencer, for example. Dynamics always change depending on who's in the group. So I feel there was a lot of pressure to kind of bond. So my big concern going into the house was obviously are we all gonna get along? Are we gonna work together? How's it gonna do? I feel that was a big thing that I was worried about. But obviously what I've learned massively from the house and coming out of the house is that we work so well together. A ridiculous dynamic. Yeah, for sure. And I feel we're all so honest with each other and how we work together. And I think I couldn't ask for a better group to work with. It's really healthy. Yeah, it's a really healthy group, and we're all really close. So I feel that was a concern that's obviously been adjusted. And also I think being quite far away, because obviously the house is in a very desolate area, and being far away from my friends and family. Those are just some concerns I have.
So another. You recently did an interview with Vice.
Oh.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about
Tory Skull! No! So that interview with Vice caused
do you want to know what it caused? Because I'm about to say, I'm about to spill the tea. The Vice interview. So, from my side, obviously, it caused actually quite a few problems. That the followers won't necessarily know the problems that actually caused.
The Bank of England has forecast that by the end of the year, there'll be 2.6 million unemployed people living in the UK. So, who is this content for? Is it supposed to be aspirational, glamorous, funny? Or is it just another luxury shelf for sponsored content to scroll past in the anxious days before our impending nuclear winter?
She came, and at first she was so set on interviewing Kami and Millie.
Okay.
And we know what questions they're going to ask. We're prepared for anything. We know what we're saying, really. I think, okay, some of the reply. Actually, I don't even know where to start. I think a lot of people came into our house. We had a lot of interviews. We had Channel 4, we had Evening Standard, we had Daily Mail. Daily Mail is one of the papers that literally can twist everything. Granted, their title was a bit sketchy, but when the lady came, after she spent the day with us, she had lunch with us, everything, she was like, oh, being honest with you, I came to this house expecting something completely different.
Really?
She genuinely thought that she was going to come in and we were going to be stuck up and all this vibe, but we're genuinely not. We're like down to earth people. We'll give everyone like the time of day, and I think the beauty of like the people that came before, every single person said it, like even our makeup artist said it, but once you get to know us, it's completely different. And I think what she did is she came in with an agenda. She didn't want to get to know us, she didn't care about any of that, she just wanted to grill us. And I think for like a world that we live in now, that everyone preaches about mental health, to tear down a group of young adults, like how she teared them down, how she digged out everybody, how she spun it, the worst TikTok house, basically spreading and promoting hate, I think it's wrong. Because who knows, if she's putting that out there and saying the worst TikTok house, this is their awful, blah blah blah, the hate that we receive is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And let's say I wasn't as strong as I was, or the group wasn't as strong as I have, thank God that we are a tight-knit group, then what could that lead someone to do?
Exactly, it's not, she can be making up like false assumptions about you, which can, it does go online, and everyone believes it.
For sure. And I mean, she left in a clip of me saying how grateful I am, but that statement that I said was much longer than what was put out there. And I think, and also being completely honest with you, that this hasn't been spoken about before, but I'm going to speak about it because of like a lot of changes that are going on at the minute, so I can actually speak about it. Because of that interview, Vice interview, as soon as it got released, like a few days after, we got an email, a letter through the post. We check it, and it was for a Google account, and it said lol, and someone had leaked our address online. So if you used to be able to type it in, our whole address would come up. And this is because of I personally think, because of the hate that got fueled, people were then coming after us, being like, we were getting people saying they were going to rob us, people saying they knew where we lived, and then our address got leaked. Do you know how terrifying it is to get a letter through the mail saying lol, and your address has been leaked?
That's a threat.
It's ridiculous, like it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think if people weren't promoting hate about us, would we have got that extent? Like, someone was really angry out there that they had to do that. We even had brands questioning certain, like, our intentions and things like that. And I think that's just my opinion on it. I mean, sure, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, 100%, but I do think that she didn't get to know us. I'm glad that we're in a support system that we have, where we're strong enough to not read the comments. I didn't read any of the comments. I ignored the death threat DMs.
And that's the healthiest thing you can do.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. All the death threat DMs that I got, ignored that, so yeah.
But I feel like it's not like, it's something to expect when you go into this career, but like obviously 100%. No one wants it.
No, 100%. Especially if
you have a strong like personality yourself, like, so I feel like you would be the best person to like kind of take that crap.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And I think that just people need to be aware of that going into this, for sure, definitely, but also aware of it, of what you're putting out there.
So aside from that, what's been your favourite interview you've done so far?
I think this one.
Oh,
it's my favourite.
Thank you.
And also the PLT podcast, but this one.
This one, like,
no, all interviews are fun, but this one's been really fun.
So apart from yourself, and let's exclude Jimbo as well.
Right.
Who had the best mask reveal?
The best mask reveal?
Yeah.
Do you know what, genuinely, I would say if Jimbo was included, Jimbo, I would even
that's why I excluded him.
I think between Carmi, Kate, Millie and Spencer, who had the best one. You know what, I really liked Spencer's. I really liked it.
He had a good one.
It was really cool, and I don't know why it didn't perform as well as the rest of them, because I think his one was really, really good. I think his had a lot of potential. I think Spencer's probably, I thought that one was really sick.
So, with your rise to fame, let's say, have you noticed people around you, like friends or family, acting different towards you? Or like, I don't know, like in a way like that?
Yeah.
Really?
The amount of messages, I don't mind. You know what, I'm so like, I don't really care because you can tell when people are being genuine. For example, like I have people that message me that are like watching me grow and that might not necessarily have spoken to them in the past, like for a while, but they're like, oh, by the way, just letting you know, and they're always supportive, like they're always sending messages. But then you have other people, for example, that hit you up that haven't spoken to you in ages, like just trying to like kind of befriend you or either ask to promote their business or their thing. I'm like, you have not spoken to me, or you either haven't spoken to me or you were really mean to me when I was younger, and now you're like, hey, do you mind promoting my business? And I'm just like, I'm all for supporting people's businesses like that I'm friends with or that they're like I want to help them grow. But if I haven't spoken to you in ages and you were rude to me when I was younger, and then you're hitting me up to promote your business,
can't expect something like.
I'm just like confused. I'm like, because I personally never have that mentality. Like, if someone was doing well on social media, I wouldn't be like, oh, let me befriend them. Like, I just find that really odd. But yeah, it happens a lot, unfortunately. You just have to be like careful and aware. But then again, at the same time, there are some genuine people out there that do like genuinely just reach out to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Who I can tell are actually happy for me or just watching me grow. And I think, yeah, there is obviously a difference, but you can see through it really easily.
With the Wave House, is there a history behind the house? Like, I remember you saying it's called the
Brick House originally, called the Brick House originally,
But like, is there a history behind that house?
I feel like, it's an old house. I know the door's like 300 years old or something. Like, there's a big history. We actually like became really good friends with the neighbour, and she was just telling us that when she originally used to come there first, because she came in to help us with something that we were doing, she said it was literally like empty a barn. It was a barn originally, and it's completely changed now. Obviously, the inside's like completely renovated. Is that a word? Yeah.
Renovated.
So yeah.
So if it's like kind of an old house, have you guys ever experienced like any paranormal stuff or like?
See, not really, no.
Really?
But we have like a kind of what's it called? What's it called? Someone that helps run the house.
Housekeeper?
No, he's not a housekeeper. He's like a main
house manager.
He's a house manager, but not like a house manager in a social media. He is actual house manager. And when he first came, he just told us that there was actually no like spooky stuff in that house, but there were other houses that he runs that actually have got paranormal activity. He was like, this is actually one of the few that actually doesn't, and it's never really felt like spooky in there, which is really weird because. Obviously the first night we were all creeped out, but it's actually quite a homely vibe, which is weird because it does look a bit creepy, but it's homely. Because
it does like, it gives off like a vibe where there would be paranormal stuff taking place in that house.
For sure. It's
so
really weird.
I just assumed.
No,
Sorry for assuming.
No. It makes sense. Everyone thinks that it's haunted, but it's actually not, which is really weird. Like when we first moved there, we were like, no, this is not it. Scared. It was cold. We were just like, no. But like after a while, it's like literally home and.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So when you're having a bad day, but you have to post something on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, for example, does that mood portray in your behaviour in the video?
I think so, massively, yeah. I think me with YouTube, for example, I've been in a lot of like the Wave House members' YouTube videos recently. For example, I was in one with Spencer, Carmi, all of them, and for example, in like certain videos, you can really tell when I'm like not in a good mood. For example, when we were filming all day, we got to Spencer's video, it was the last video we were to film. So we filmed like for 4 or 5 hours. I'd had about 12 lemon shots because it was like say it or shot it, never have I ever. And I felt sick. And everyone was like coming for me in the comments being like, she's such a B word, this. And I'm like,
for drinking lemon juice?
I was feeling ill because I had so much lemon juice. I was filming for 5 hours, like, please don't hate me. Like, I just...
Yeah, so people don't, like, see the full context of it. They just see the video.
Yeah, and it's so annoying because that genuinely happens so much. Like, one thing will happen, you're just like, oh, like, you just don't understand. But I have now tried that if I'm not feeling myself, I just don't film at all. I think that's the best thing to do because it does.
You don't want to be fake.
Yeah, for sure. Like, even the other day, I was crying and then I filmed a TikTok like 2 seconds after I was crying, and all the comments were like, is no one going to talk about how she was just crying? I was like, oh, like, they really can pick up on it really, like, easily. So, yeah.
But it's only healthy to feel that way, so like it's kind of a good idea not to film because you don't want to give off like a fake persona in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's good. So have you guys got any plans for the future in regards to the Wave House or individually? Like, what are your plans?
So I think there is a lot going on right now in the Wave House, like actually a lot. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be in this house that we're in.
Really?
We are going to be leaving it.
Like, you'll be together, but you'll just not be in that house?
No, we're actually just going back to our normal houses for now. I don't want to give away too much, but there is a lot in the pipelines that we're kind of looking to do.
Okay.
But right now, we've done it all we can in that house, and we want to show more of ourselves. And I personally think, as a group, we think it's time to move on, which is really sad because the start in that house has been absolutely amazing. It's like been the most amazing experience I've ever experienced. Been a part of, definitely. But I think right now we are moving away from it. But there is going to be more to come. You just have to wait and see what's about to happen. The Wave House is always doing something crazy, so I'm sure you'll see. Guys, this is exclusive. But it has to be bleeped, but yeah.
Finally, the last question I want to ask, if there's someone with the same aspirations wanting to go into being a social media influencer, what is the most honest piece of advice you would give to someone?
Be yourself, keep chasing it.
Yeah.
And be positive. I would say those are the best things, and just be yourself and just put out content that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And it will radiate. I also think start on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
TikTok is literally blowing up.
Yeah,
like,
I think start on TikTok.
Well, Eloise, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you
was
so much
so
for
fun
having me.
interviewing you, and just I feel like I got to know you more in a way.
Aww.
So like it was really nice. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I really hope you enjoyed.
I did.
And like, sorry for any scandals or anything that are gonna happen.
Yeah, this video's probably caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, sorry, but like, thank you so much. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe below if you're new, and comment down below what you want me to react to.
Or
if
what
you want me to
Wave House
interview
member,
someone.
yeah, what
Let me know. My social medias will also be linked down below if you want to give me a follow. I'll link Eloise's social medias down below if you want to give her a follow. But yeah, we really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week with another video. Mwah.
Bye!
Bye! Love you guys.